Hello, everybody. It is me, Carver from And Both Metaphysical, coming at you again with another channeling. I am currently in Mexico and loving it. Lately, I have been getting the guidance that I need to do a channeling and bring through whatever message has been coming through, but they have been bothering me I shouldn't say bothering because I signed up for this, but I have been getting the nudge for at least a week and stronger over the last few days. So I'm finally taking the opportunity to connect and bring through what needs to be brought through. But I've been getting the guidance that this message needs to come through. So I don't know what that is yet, but we will find out together. Normally, I have my letters chart that I use to help me just sort of get connected and grounded and centered into everything. I don't have that with me because I did not bring it. So I have my little handwritten version instead. I use it mostly for confirmation of what is coming through, just as I am a little bit newer to this whole channeling world. So yeah, we'll see what they say. I have my iPad here to write down as I begin. So it's a little bit of a different setup than what I'm used to, but I will do my best here. All right. So I'll just take a moment. I'm just going to do this directly as best as possible. Normally I write it down, but I will check for confirmation. There is a new time coming now in the near future. Many of you have begun to sense this shift that is happening. This shift is happening faster than the previous iterations and continues to grow in speed as the vibration of the planet rises. There is nothing to be concerned about. This shift has been written in the stars for millennia and is finally ready to come to pass. The world finds itself at a crossroads at this moment, and there is a decision to be made whether we are to take one path or the other. There's a lot of confusion in the collective right now about which path to take as a collective. This choice is not up to the collective. While it is, in a sense, up to the collective, the choice must be made by the individual. The individual must make this choice to either grow and to ascend, or to not, and to repeat. To repeat the patterns, to repeat the pain, to repeat the same things over and over until the lesson is learned. Until the lesson is learned, the pattern will repeat. There is a knowing amongst those of you who are more connected to the divine and to the beyond that this time is coming now. Be not afraid. Be not afraid. We are there. We will guide. However, the choice must be of your own volition. Once you have made this choice, it may feel as though your world around you is crumbling and falling apart, for lack of a better term. But this is not true. It is only changing. Like with anything, the old must come to the ground before the new can be built. Some of you have already begun this process, and so while the shift shall still feel very intense, it may not feel as intense if you have already begun the journey. For those of you who have not begun the journey, and for those of you whose higher selves may have made the decision for them without notifying your earthly mind and body, are in for quite an adventure. This pain too shall pass, and painful it will feel, but on the other side will be a greater sense of peace. Peace and wholeness of mind, body, soul, spirit, and the awareness of being one and being of the all. This new awareness may be quite jarring to some of you, and some of you may not know where to put this energy or this awareness that is coming through for you, and that can be quite overwhelming. Now is the time to be finding the resources and support that you need to be able to make this transition. It is going to feel very tumultuous, lots of strife, lots of war, many of the things you are seeing played out in the media. There will be another great time of reflection coming in the future, not too unlike your 2020 here on planet Earth. Again, during this time of reflection, you will be given the opportunity to go inwards and do the inner work required. I'm just going to pause for a second because I can feel that my human mind and my connected mind, my human mind does not want to bring through this message because it does not want to hear it. But my higher mind knows how necessary this is at this time. So I will go back to bringing this through. While this is not something many of you are prepared to face, and many of you feel like you haven't even recovered from the last round, this too shall pass, and the world will be better for it. There will be great feelings of stress, anger, frustration. These are all expected emotions of the unveiling. This unveiling and moving through this energetic growing pains will allow for you and the collective to ascend higher to a higher vibration. This higher vibration is what is needing to come through now to usher in the next chapter of humanity. This raise in the vibration of the collective is what will allow for humanity to become galactic. Without this raising of the vibration, humanity would not be able to withstand contact. Without preparing and raising the vibration, your human bodies, your human systems would cease to function. Without raising the vibration, when contact is made, your systems would, in essence, short circuit and cease to exist. While this concept sounds terrifying to you, know that we are doing all that we can to ensure that the human collective as a whole is prepared for what is coming, for what is the inevitable. Currently, there are many of you that are tapping into higher knowing, higher love, higher joy. And this is helping to allow these energies through and to allow this transition to begin. Many of you, as of late, may have the feeling of what is wrong with me in the signs of increased irritability, uncertainty, personal worlds feeling as though they are collapsing inwards on themselves. For many of you, the things you thought you wanted and have worked hard towards are no longer fulfilling their needs in your lives. And this is causing a sort of an identity crisis for many of you. This crisis of identity will have you feeling all out of sorts. And because you don't recognize this version of yourself that you are being asked to become, it is making it feel as though you don't know which step to take or where to go next. We implore you, whether you have experience connecting with the divine or higher knowledge or not, to take the time to listen to that inner guidance, that inner voice. That is your spirit team and your guides doing what they do and guiding you. The next while between now and the start of the new year are going to feel especially tumultuous and uncertain. We ask that you hold on and trust in the higher plan for humanity. Though the path will seem unclear, know that should you accept it, you will be guided to your greatest good. The more people we can have doing the work during this time, the more of you that are making the great effort of going through the process of healing yourselves and releasing yourselves from your past, from your stories, from what was, the easier this transition will be for the human collective. Right now, for those of you already on this journey, it has felt as though the weight of the entire world is resting on your shoulders, and it has been. But more hands are coming to make for a lighter load as more people come online to being connected to what is higher. The more you can support one another, whether within your own family, your own groups, your personal collective, as well as those outside of it, the easier this transition becomes. It will take all of you, not just the few. Many on the planet today will choose to ignore this call, and unfortunately, you must let them. Even though you know the peace that can come from connecting to higher and to raising your vibration, it is not something that everyone is prepared to do or to walk through in this lifetime. While the earth is going through this transition as a whole, there is still the freedom of choice. And so each soul must be left to make its own choice. You may show them options. You may show them a different path by walking it yourself, by healing yourself and going on the journey of regaining and reclaiming your wholeness. But you cannot pull them onto this path with you. You can show them that it exists, but you cannot force them to be there or to walk it with you. This may feel like a sad reality. However, while painful, it is the truth. This is not to say that those who do not raise their vibration of their consciousness will die. They will simply just not exist on the same plane as you. This may show up in a deconstructing of friendships or relationships, or not fitting into groups you were once a part of. And while this time of transition may feel quite lonely, know that with every step you take, you are walking towards new souls that will enter your life and will reinvigorate the feelings of joy and community and peace that you are seeking. For those who choose a different path, it will not be goodbye, only see you later, as our souls will reconnect in another lifetime where we will have the option to grow once again. For those of you who choose the path of seeking this enlightenment, you will begin to experience the true meaning of heaven on earth. The veil that is lifting at this time is nothing more than the awareness of the illusion of the lie you all currently call reality. Soon you will be able to see beyond this into the truth of what is, and you will begin to connect with and accept your nature as part of the divine. The divine is pure, loving energy, pure light, pure acceptance, pure grace. This will one day be known as the Great Remembering, as the earth moves out of what it was made to forget. As a collective, we agreed to forget. However, it is time for that contract to be nullified and void. Fear not, sweet children, you will be guided. And that's it.